They are sick and tired as you listen to this. Someone you formerly knew is hurting physically, emotionally, and spiritually. They're breaking down because they never expected you to walk away. But here they are, less prepared to confront the hard realities of life without you. You've depleted your energy, and they're reeling from the absence. They're tired of faking and playing games that don't work without you. Without you, the masks they wore with such confidence have begun to fall away, revealing the raw truth beneath. The act they've been performing for so long is unraveling. Their lives are disintegrating, and they are battling to hold it together. They formerly thrived on your energy, utilizing it to fuel their own desires. But now, without your light, they are fumbling in the dark. The gap you left behind serves as a daily reminder that they have lost something wonderful, something they never truly cherished until it was gone. They believed they could keep you in their orbit indefinitely, manipulating circumstances to keep you close. But without you, everything is crumbling. They took stability for granted, as well as their perceived sense of control. It is everything sliding through their fingertips. They are recognizing, possibly for the first time, how important you were to them and how much they have lost by letting you go. They are currently struggling on a daily basis, a struggle against the vacuum that your absence has created. They're attempting to fill the gap with distractions and superficial connections, but nothing compares to the brightness you once provided in their lives. The energy they took for granted is gone, and they are forced to deal with the consequences of their actions. They're reaching out, looking for anything to replace what they've lost. But the longer they look, the more they understand you are irreplaceable. The games they played, the manipulation they employed, it's all catching up to them, and they are left to confront the terrible reality. They are lost without you. Things assumed things could proceed as usual, but suddenly they're faced with the truth. They depended on you more than they understood. Your presence was a constant in their lives, a source of strength that they never recognized. In your absence, people are forced to face the hard realities. They are not as self-sufficient as they had hoped. As time passes, the sick with remorse repeat every moment, every action that led to this point, and the continual veneer they maintained crumbles beneath the weight of their own understanding. They were so focused on their own demands and ambitions that they never considered the consequences of their actions for you. They are now suffering the price. The games are over, and reality has struck hard. Their previously held illusions are no longer valid. They're realizing they weren't as independent or self-sufficient as they thought. The lack of your enthusiasm and support has created a gaping void in their life, which they are fighting to replace. Every attempt to move forward without you serves as a reminder of what they have lost. The revelation is like a slow-burning fire that becomes more fierce with each passing day. They're realizing how much they rely on you, which is a difficult pill to swallow. They felt they possessed strength, but it was actually a mirror of your light and vitality. Now that it's gone, they must confront their own shortcomings and insecurities. They are plagued by recollections of the past, the periods when your presence provided consistent comfort and steadiness. They took everything for granted, never considering a day when you wouldn't be present. But that day has arrived, and now they're left to pick up the pieces of a life broken by their own decisions. The realization is hard, but also important. A wake-up call that they cannot ignore. But here's the deal. Your withdrawal was not only a personal decision. That was a fantastic move. You did not go away out of resentment or fury. You went away because it was time to embrace your genuine strength. This is when your mission begins to shine through. While those who took you for granted are cast into the shadows, dealing with their own flaws, Your journey is driven by something bigger, something beyond the mundane problems of everyday life. As you distance yourself from folks who no longer serve your best interests, you're connecting with your divine mission. The universe has a plan for you, and it requires you to be free of the negativity and toxicity that previously surrounded you. They thought they might dim your light, preventing you from reaching your full potential. But now they realize it just gets brighter in your absence. The more they try to drag you down, the higher you go. Your light is your vitality. It is unstoppable. And it's becoming apparent than ever that you were destined for something better. As you accept your role as a chosen one, the meaning of your path becomes clear. Every step you take, every action you make, leads you to a destiny that has been waiting for you. You aren't just walking away, you're on your way to something great and divine. This spiritual mission is more than just personal improvement. It's about carrying out a mission that was assigned to you long before you knew it. The people who formerly held you back and attempted to control your light were only stepping stones on your way to greatness. Now, as you progress, you can see the greater picture, the grand design that has always guided your movements. Your purpose becomes clearer with each passing day, and the more you embrace your power, the more the universe aligns to support you. It's the trials and pains. They were all part of the plan to shape you into the strong individual you are today. Now, as you continue on your journey, you are not simply living for yourself. You are alive with a higher purpose, one that will have a long-term impact on the globe chosen by God. You possess a unique place in the world, your energy and presence. It's a blessing, a gift that many people take for granted. But now that you've pulled back, they see the massive gap you've left behind. Your presence was never simply average. It bore the weight of divine purpose, a light that illuminated the paths of others around you in your presence. Others discovered comfort, strength, and inspiration. They may not have realized it, but your energy was a lighthouse that guided them through their darkest times. Without you, they are lost. Struggling to find their path, the light they previously took for granted has vanished from their life, and they're realizing how much they relied on it. Your energy was more than just a source of support. It was a catalyst for change. You had the capacity to change the mood by uplifting and inspiring those around you. However, with your energy drained, they are left in a condition of uncertainty and disorder. The sense of stability they once had has been destroyed, and they are scrambling to pick up the pieces. They are experiencing the effects of your separation. They didn't realize how much they relied on your spiritual strength, affection, and care. Now they're lost, trying to find their footing without you. Every moment without you reminds them of the strength you brought into their lives, which they can no longer tap into. Here's the kicker. They're beginning to realize you're not coming back. The shock is real, and it is causing them great distress. They never believed this day would arrive. They always assumed you'd be there no matter what. However, as they confront the reality of your absence, they are beginning to comprehend how much they have lost. Stability, support, and love. They've all vanished, and they're left to pick up the pieces on their own as selected ones. Your energy is not solely about what you do. It is about who you are. You have an impact on the world around you simply by being alive. When you are present, you inspire those around you, often without recognizing it. However, now that you've backed off, they're starting to see the scope of your impact. The void you've left demonstrates your power. A power that is intimately linked to your spiritual purpose. The power of the chosen ones cannot be easily replaced or forgotten. It is a force that influences the lives of individuals who come into contact with it. And as you realize your full potential, that power only grows. You're growing more in tune with your destiny and linked to the divine. And when you do, your influence will grow, reaching lives in ways you never anticipated. Sick and exhausted. That is their current state. The weight of their own acts has come tumbling down, and they are filled with regret. They are weary, depleted, and spiritually empty. The games they used to play to keep you close have now become the chains that hold them together, trapping them in a loop of anguish and longing. Every day, they wake up with the same emptiness and sense of loss. They're starting to realize the truth: their acts have consequences, and the ramifications are unfolding in real time. The emotional toll is high, and it is wearing them down. They're sick with regret, repeating every moment and decision that brought them here, wondering how they could have been so blind. But it's not simply the emotional toll that's got them down. There's also a spiritual toll. They can no longer feed on the holy energy you once freely shared. They're learning that their link to the light was always direct. And now that you're gone, they're left in the darkness. The spiritual emptiness they experience is severe. An emptiness that nothing appears to fill. God has intervened, protecting you, transforming your heart, and making it impossible for you to reconcile. This is part of a larger divine design, one that leads you to something higher, more deep. The divide you've built is not only physical, it is spiritual. A necessary separation to shield your spirit from the toxicity that formerly surrounded you while you struggled to cope with the loss. They are also confronting the realities of their own spiritual status. Without your energy, without your light, people are forced to confront their own inner darkness. The games, the manipulation, the deception. They're all being mirrored back to them. And this is a hard realization. They are being forced to see themselves for who they truly are, which is a sight they cannot stand. They've never felt spiritual fatigue like this before. They are exhausted, drained of the vitality they previously pulled from you. The light that used to guide them is gone, leaving them to traverse the darkness on their own. Every endeavor to find solace or tranquility is greeted with nothingness. They are adrift in a spiritual desert, looking for water when there is none. This spiritual narrative is the direct result of their decisions and actions. They played with fire, and now they're being scorched by the same flames they started. The heavenly energy you formerly offered served as a shield, protecting them from their own destructive tendencies. However, now that you've removed that protection, they're left to face the full consequences of their own acts. The spiritual implications are serious, and they are attempting to find a way out. As a chosen one, you have overcome the desire to participate in those harmful cycles. You're concerned with personal development, self-esteem, and spiritual progress. The difficulties you endured have only made you stronger and more resilient. You've learned how to stand on your own, to gain strength within yourself rather than relying on the approval of others. Isolation is not punishment. It's a time of divine renewal. You gained insight in this hallowed sanctuary of solitude. The noise of the world has subsided. In its place, there is peace. There is purpose. God is restoring and preparing you for higher things. Every moment of isolation has been a time of preparation, a chance to fortify your spirit for the upcoming battles. You are not alone on this path. The Holy Presence is with you, guiding you every step of the way, but others are left to bear the repercussions of their deeds. You're finding the true depth of who you are, the power you wield, and the amazing mission you're here to serve. The more you mature, the more you realize that this trip was never solely about you. It's about the impact you're supposed to have on the world. Your development is not simply personal. It is part of a greater divine purpose. As you advance, you remove the layers of doubt, fear, and uncertainty that once held you back. You're claiming your actual identity and embracing the power that has always been within you. The difficulties you have experienced, the anguish you've been through, it's all been part of your development. A crucial procedure for shaping you into the person you were always meant to be. Your journey is one of ascension, rising above the restrictions of the past and entering a future full with possibilities. Every step you take brings you closer to your divine destiny. You aren't just growing, you're evolving into the best version of yourself, the version that is in line with your actual purpose. The growth you are seeing is more than merely moving forward. It is about transformation. You're being transformed into something new, powerful, and heavenly. The old you, who was bound by the expectations of others, is going away. In its stead, a more powerful version of yourself is emerging. This shift is not simple, but it is required. It's preparing you for the wonderful things that await you as you carry out the task for which you've been chosen. As you grow, you will have a better grasp of your mission, the challenges you encountered, the anguish you've been through. They were all teachings that helped you find your real path. Now that you look back, you can see how each encounter and hardship has been part of your heavenly journey. You are not simply surviving, you are prospering. And with each passing day, you become more aligned with the mission that was established for you long ago. Those who have lost your presence are currently struggling. They relied on your spiritual light, and now without it, they're struggling. The world they once knew has been turned upside down, and they must navigate it without the advice and assistance they once took for granted. Your energy was a lifeline, and now that it's gone, they're drowning in their own darkness, and your absence has forced them to face the realities of their own lives. Without you to prop them up, they are forced to confront their shortcomings, insecurities, and worries. They are sinking under the weight of their own unresolved problems. They are forced to confront their own flaws and weaknesses without the comfort of your backing. They can't ignore their reflection in the mirror anymore. Every day, they face the reality of who they are, and that is a truth they cannot bear. The games they played, the manipulation they used, everything's coming back to haunt them. They must now embark on their own journey of growth and healing, just like you did. It's time for them to forge their own path rather than relying on your energies to get them through the journey ahead. It is difficult, full of unexpected hurdles. However, if they are to discover the calm and fulfillment that they have sought, they must embark on this adventure. The path ahead is lengthy and twisting, with difficulties they had previously avoided. But now, without your light to guide them, they must discover their own path. They must face the darkness within themselves, face the monsters they've been avoiding, and discover the courage to move forward on their own. This challenge is more than simply missing your presence. It is about confronting the reality of their own acts. The games they played, the manipulation they used, it's all catching up to them. They are being forced to confront the truth of who they are without the crutch of your energy to rely on. It's a brutal truth, but it's also an opportunity for growth, allowing them to finally accept responsibility for their acts and make a difference as they fight to find their feet. They're also recognizing that the path they're on is one they must go alone. They can no longer rely on you for guidance and support. They are plagued with anxiety and doubt as they face an uncertain future. But this path is necessary. It's an opportunity for them to mature, heal, and become the people they were meant to be. It will not be easy, but it is the only path forward. Maintain focus on your path. The chosen ones. Trust that God is guiding, protecting, and leading you to your higher destiny. Your journey is holy, and each step you take is a step closer to realizing your divine purpose. The challenges you confront are not impediments, but rather possibilities for progress, for strengthening your relationship with the divine, your growth and healing. As your career progresses, these become increasingly vital. You're not only healing yourself, you are healing the world around you. Your vitality and light, it is a force for good, a source of hope in a world that sorely needs it. Every second spent in growth, every step you take in the healing process contributes to a better world. You are not alone on this path. Share your experiences and insights. Let us create a community of selected ones who share a common purpose and strength. Together, we are stronger. Together, we can overcome any problem or impediment. We are more than just individuals walking a road. We are a collective, a force for good, a movement that is transforming the globe. As you continue on your journey, remember that you are picked for a reason. Your journey is not solely about you. It's about the impact you're supposed to have on the world. You're here to make a difference, to bring light into the gloom, to guide people during their journey. Your purpose is divine, and now is the moment to truly embrace it. Believe in the process. Believe in yourself. Trust in the divine plan that is unfolding in your life. Every hurdle and impediment, it is all part of the trip. Continue pushing forward. Keep soaring. I know you are exactly where you were supposed to be. Your empowerment is more than simply personal strength. It is about spiritual alignment. As you continue to grow, you're growing more connected to the divine, the source of all creation. This alignment is strengthening you in ways you never imagined, providing you with the fortitude to face any challenge, the insight to manage any obstacle, and the confidence to pursue your goal with steadfast resolve. The empowerment you are feeling is not just for you, it is for the entire globe as you rise. You are rising others with you, inspiring them to claim their own power and accept their divine mission. Your journey demonstrates the power of the divine, a live example of what is possible when you connect with your authentic self. Continue pushing forward, selected ones, and know that you are making a difference. Take one step at a time.